One of these days, I am going to get to Snezhnaya. I am obviously getting to the music today, but that's beside the point. I mean the actual location. I'm still in Natlan, and I have no clue how long it's going to take me just to get to Nod Cry, let alone the rest of the Luna stuff. So here we are with Snezhnaya, and I'm going to be listening to the live Symphony performance here and seeing what it has in store for me. Obviously, this is a longer one, so I don't think I'll be doing quite as much of the individual song breakdown stuff that I try to do, but I'm interested very much in hearing what this part of the game is going to sound like, just like I am every single time with how they change up what the sound is going to be like for that new area. So without further ado, let's go! Oh. I mean, costuming on point already. Wow. Does she have glitter on her hands? Jeez. I think that was a ceramic mouthpiece on that trumpet there. Honestly, that's something I don't see a lot. Might have been plastic, though, to be fair, but still. God, this couldn't be this couldn't be more Russian, you know, so far. I mean, it could be, I suppose. See, it's not entirely. But I mean, the Slavic energy is all over the place here. There's something about this. Oh, I love that. Those overtone screeches. Oh, that's such a cool sound. I was gonna say there's something that sounds familiar about this, weirdly. Ooh, okay. Adding some other layers in here. Fuck it, the king. Ziegler over here. This really does sound like I've heard it somewhere. Maybe it's based on something that I've already heard. That wouldn't be the first for Genshin, so maybe? Drama of this. Dude, I'm loving the energy of every single hit. So that's what the drama was for. Gotta build up to that ending. Whew. My goodness. I swear I'm going crazy. I swear I've heard this. This is a different song. That's bugging me out. Yeah, I know I've heard this. What the? Yeah, what the? That's something. Oh, that's gonna bug the ever-loving hell out of me. Why did I recognize the other one too? They must both be based off something. I'm really not good with names, but I know that sound. Just going, just dancing on the keys, tickling the shit out of those ivories. Just looking at the sheet music of that, just the constant runs. Woo. I'm just getting quiet because this is getting more intense now. I'm just staring at it. Whew. That's different. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, she's killing that vocal part. Seriously though, this motif is something. The other one sounded familiar. I know this. Okay. Anastasia being mentioned, that helps. So I already kind of felt the Russian energy from the get-go, but that solidifies it, which means it's probably something obviously Russian if that's the case, but it's like, to what degree? Rashmaninov, God, son, how dare you, Marco Meatball on my screen right now, taunting me? That's what it was. That's what it is. That's what it is. before I even got the chance to go and do my thing and like research it, there he is. There's Marco Meatball, big meatball over here, knowing it. Anyway, I guess I'll talk more about it now anyway. So I couldn't really figure out what that first song was doing. Maybe it was just something that sounded familiar. The second one being Rashmaninoff, though, that makes so much sense. So I was like, aha. Now, again, you saw how I reacted, but it's like, bro. Anyway, so this was beautiful. I was actually going to mention that the woman playing the piano looked kind of like she was going for an Ice Queen thing as far as like her general appearance. But then it started to, like, the way that the crown was, I was like, it's kind of doing that crown thing that, like, Anastasia's crown did. And I mostly know Anastasia through the Fox animated movie for it, as I'm sure a lot of you do. But also, it's like, I do know some deeper lore there and the whole body of that. So I'm like, maybe there's an extra layer to that I just don't know. I didn't dig into that, but I was wanting to say, why does this kind of give me Anastasia vibes? Didn't want to get into it though, because I didn't want to be wrong, but I do think that's what they were kind of going for, is like somewhere between the Anastasia thing and the whole Ice Queen aesthetic, just kind of meeting halfway there. And there was plenty of beauty in the song. This is definitely what I would have anticipated out of this, because I've known for a long time, as many people playing the game have, that this area is going to be based roughly, if not loosely, if not directly, extremely based on Russia and surrounding areas. So I was ready for that. I just didn't know how much. I've purposefully been avoiding some spoilers that have been floating around both on my Discord and elsewhere, where I just don't want to get into it too deeply. I do prefer playing the game, experiencing the areas as they're released, and not getting too many spoilers. That's why, like, in a recent video, I just found out that they actually went to the moon. I didn't know that till that point, which is cool, but also I don't want to spoil more than that for myself, so I tend to stay away from things that lead me down those spoilery paths. So this being the way it is musically is exactly what I was hoping for and exactly what I was going to wish for had they gone any direction with this music, and I love what they did here. It's just, man, like hearing it and just having these multiple moments of why does this sound familiar, especially for the more like ballroomy, waltzy stuff that they tend to always pull from like the late 1800s, early 1900s era of Russia. I'm not entirely sure why that is, that everyone uses that specific, and maybe it's just because it's the most popular historically that a lot of people think of next to like maybe Lenin and etc. But it's still like, just it's I think seen as some sort of like a golden age. Again, I don't know that much about like the history on that side, but it's like, whew, they did a really good job at it. I love the energy that these songs had, the power, the drama in there. They never miss on the drama. But also, if I may, while I said that this is definitely the vibe I was expecting, the level of drama was more than I was anticipating. Not because I didn't think they were going to do that, because obviously where the story is going, even as far back as I am in the Archon stories in Natlan, I can see this building up and scaling even further. I just don't know how far they're going to go with Snezhnaya, but it's a place that has been teased since the beginning. So the odds of it being like one of the absolutes of this game is extremely high. And that's why the drama would definitely fit right in and just feel so apt. But then like having like the balalaika in there and having that like essence of the true sound of the location and introducing these new tones. I love it when they do that. In every single region, they're like, let's take a new little piece of that like common denominator we know of the music of the areas they're borrowing from, and let's make it a significant portion of the musical identity in the areas. I'm sure we'll hear the balalaika all over the place in Snezhnaya's music. It'll be all over the place, just like everywhere else had their specific instruments, or at least like a pool of them to borrow from. In this case, it was definitely that, the accordion, of course, and maybe even down to like having the organ in there. There's plenty to borrow from like the specifics in the instrumentation and like what you want to borrow from and utilize depending on the scale and the drama you need, just the general energy of the song. But man, this is really cool. I love this. I think it's beautiful. It didn't hit me quite as hard as I think the Nod Cry one did for their live symphony, but that's because this isn't that, you know, it's going for a completely different energy. They're having entirely different storylines being told. So I've never like compared them in that way. But this one, I think it's just the fact that it was pure essence of sound instead of having like somebody else being a part of it or having some bigger name. The vocalists in the last one, for example, huge on the power, and that helped out a lot. The voice is kind of one of those instruments that they really needed for the Nod Cry soundtrack. That in itself is a lot of the OST, and for this one, you'll need less of that. Definitely more choral stuff, like they had the choir in here helping out with that, and that soloist doing an amazing job. But I think a lot of this one is going to be the balalaika, the accordion and the piano, especially, just huge, very central instruments to the sound of these areas. So fucking beautiful. I love the way it sounds. Very good to hear this before getting into it, to like kind of get a taste and like a feel of the space. Obviously for me, it's going to be like a year plus until I'm even considering getting up to Snezhnaya. So I don't know how far away they're going to be, but I am not anywhere nearby. I have so many games to play and so little time to play them, but I'm loving this direction. So that's basically my whole opinion there. I adore what they're doing. I can't wait to hear more from the soundtrack. So when it starts coming out, let me know, throw them into the comments, and I will definitely be listening. But until then, I hope you at least enjoyed this video. And if you have another song you want me to get to from Genshin Impact, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. But maybe if you don't want to do that and you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!